In my last video I showed you how I'm igniting my charcoals and my whole workflow using my grill. But not everything went as planned. When I tried to use my cheap barbecue fan, I heard strange sounds coming out of it. It was crying for help, so in today's video I will show you how I fix it. Firstly, let's hear the strange sounds it makes. To disassemble it, first remove the handle and the metal air outlet. On the other side of the fan there are two screws that hold both halves of the handle, so I will unscrew them first. The screws for the handle are different than the rest of the screws, so keep them separate. Now turn the fan to the other side and remove the remaining 3 screws. One of them will be much longer than the other 2. As you're going to see, the longer one is at the bottom, but even if you forget that, you will be able to find the right hole for it later. Place the fan as shown in the video and pull the top to separate the handle. Pull the propeller up to remove it. The metal pin is the only thing that keeps it in place. Now you can separate the bottom part. These are the heavy-duty gears that drive the propeller. Remove them using tweezers to prevent the grease from sticking to your fingers. I can already see what the problem is. The socket of one of the gears has started to deform, probably due to the high temperature, or it is just the plastic used to make it. Maybe it is the plastic because it is very easy to bend. I will remove the biggest gear so I can do it faster. To make it last a bit longer, I will put some hot glue to support the gear socket. I hope it will do the job. You may use super glue and baking soda to make a similar support. I will also put some hot glue on the other side. Just make sure the biggest gear will have enough space to rotate freely without touching the hot glue. Also make sure the support is not higher than the edge of the gear socket. You can wait a bit so the hot glue starts to cool down and use tweezers to push it closer to the gear socket or just shape it better. Wait several minutes to allow the glue to cool down, then start placing the gears. Put the biggest one first. Next, put the one on which we fixed the socket. Your support means a lot, so I would appreciate if you take a minute to like the video and leave me a comment below. And now it's time for the last one. If there is not enough grease, you can put some technical Vaseline to help them operate smoothly. Now let's test it out. So far everything looks good. we can assemble the parts back. The big circle is the gear socket for the biggest gear. To find the right hole for the longest screw, we have to check the back side of the other part. Here is the hole for it. To align both parts, at first I will insert the longest screw in the hole of the bottom part. Now take the other part, thread the hole through the screw, and you will align the parts easily. Turn the fan so you can see the other side, then take the two screws and tighten them. Don't over-tighten the screws because the gears won't be able to spin freely. But be careful not to leave the screws loose because the gears will get out of the sockets and fall inside. Now turn the fan again and take the propeller. Just before I installed it, I noticed how bad the gear on the propeller looked. To insert it, just put it in the center and push the pin down. It will perfectly go into its socket. It spins, so I have found the right place. Don't push the pin too much because it will be hard for the propeller to move. Now take the second half of the handle and align it. There are several small pins that should be aligned so both halves match. I think there are 3, or at least you can see the position of these 3 I saw. The longest screw fell, so I will put it now and tighten it. Finally, we have to tighten the 2 screws on the handle. I don't recommend you to buy this fan, but it's better than having nothing. I saw a 3D model that will be interesting to try, and also I saw another model in the store that claims to have bigger and sturdier gears inside. Now we can put the air outlet and the handle back in place. We are done. You can now hear the sound before and after the repair. It's much better now, so it will last for some more uses. That's all for today. Have a nice day and see you next time.